What is good? It is the divine sports gospel. It is the hermanos, Mies and Matt. What is everybody? I feel like everybody tuning in knows what we're going to talk about today. Juan Soto, biggest news in baseball. Winter meetings is finishing up today, and we don't know if Juan Soto is going to be a New York Yankee. Is he going to be a Padre? It looks like he's going to be a Yankee, but huge news. The perspective, trade went through. Everybody was talking about it. All the Yankees fans were talking about how excited they were that Juan Soto was a Yankee. You know, all those little click merchants on Twitter were like, oh, the deal's in. The deal's gone through. And that shit just did not happen, bro. Right now, it's still in limbo. And all I could say, and I'm going to let my brother cook for a little bit after this, something's up if the deal hasn't gone through. Because I know my boy Preller, bro. Hey, for everything you can give AJ Preller, you can call him a bunch of stuff. He's an elite troll. He truly is. And I know he's going to try to get another guy through. So, Mies, I'll let you cook.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
what up, Andy?
This could not be happening to a more hilarious fan base. The Yankees, if any fan base is going to get their hopes up and then get them shattered, I'm so happy that we're doing it to these stupid losers, all of their fans, the most annoying, insufferable individuals of all time. You got fools like Gary Sheffield Jr. basking in his pop's glory, done nothing productive in his life, talking at Padres fans. You're a nepotism baby and you didn't even crack it. Like, this is like, fools like that are why I need the deal to fall through, because I need to see everyone who said, oh, it's done, start spreading the news, and they're like dancing around on Twitter, posting these articles, like talking baseball and stuff. Dude, if this falls through and he's a Padre for some reason, I personally am with you. I don't think it's going to fall through. I think he's gone regardless. I'm not sure if it's going to be the Yankees. He might get traded to the Blue Jays. He might get traded, at this point, trade him to anywhere but the Yankees, and I'm happy. I don't want to see those losers happy. That's where I'm at in this process.
Yeah, man. I mean, I get it, right? And everybody's like, it's funny. It's kind of like a Padres civil war, right? Oh, I can't believe like we're trading Juan Soto. Like, I'm giving up on this team. Like, come on, bro. Let's be real. This team, we have superstars littered all over this team. We got Tatis, we got Machado, Xander, Ha-Seong Kim, Musgrove. Everyone's like, this is just like the 2012 team. Nah, motherfucker. I was watching that 2012 team. That was not what it was. When I was excited about Eric Ibar and what the fuck was that guy's name? Josh Bartlett. Oh, dude, we got Bartlett from Tampa, bro. Bro, it's a completely different era. But this is for Yankees fans, bro. You got to realize, man, it's not 1998, right? Hey, you guys were great, right? The Bronx Bombers, congrats for everything, right? Oh, dude, 27 rings, right? Like, holy shit. Dude, no one cares anymore. The Yankees are like what the Patriots are going to be. The Patriots of the 2010s, right? That was like the late 90s, early 2000 Yankees. No one cares. No one cares anymore, bro. Hey, I know you're like, oh, what's hard to admit is the Mets, the last 10. Is that crazy to say or no?
Well, you cut out there for a second on me. Could you repeat what you said right there? You said the craziest thing of the past 10 years is the Mets?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
No,
I'm not sure if that was me.
Hey, hot take. The Mets have been more relevant the last 10 years than the Yankees. They made a World Series more recently. Like, they're second fiddle in New York. Aaron Judge is a beast. Don't get me wrong. Garrett Cole's a beast. But, like, they act like they're this team. The Houston Astros are the team to beat and have been the team to beat in the dynasty sort of the last 10 years. But the Yankees fan base talks like they're these, like, dude, once we get Soto, we're going to ball out. Like, nah, mother.
Yeah, and honestly.
That lineup, listen to this lineup real quick, and then I'll let you cook. Verdugo, who I didn't realize is such a fucking bad dude. A lot of these people on Twitter are like, there's some crazy shit into that. So I really hope we do not trade for Alex Verdugo. Verdugo, Judge is a stud. Soto, our guy. LeMahieu, kind of old, kind of washed. Rizzo, washed. Stanton, can't run. Gleyber Torres, kind of nice, but the Yankees fans hate him. Austin Wells, come on. Anthony Volpe, chicken cutlet, whatever the fuck they call him. Who, chicken parmesan? Hey, bro, let's be real. Every time I turned on MLB TV, he was striking out. So the Yankees aren't this juggernaut, bro. Like Carlos Rodon sucks. All that you know, dude.
I mean, it's funny because they're so, for being a giant market and being such a historic franchise, and like you were saying, in the late 90s, they're a dynasty. People are always hoping, the evil empire, right? They think, oh,
Yeah.
the Yankees are going to come back around. I don't think they ever will, to be honest. I think that money is just so spread out in the MLB now that it's going to be really hard for a team to capitalize like that. Shout out Lava. It's going to be really hard for a team to capitalize like the Yankees did in the 90s, just having the budget, because most teams do now. And the Padres, for example, showed that a small market team can spend money. Now, when it comes to the Yankees team, they're actually so similar to the Padres when you really break it down. Couple aging fools, like shit. They have Anthony Rizzo. We have Matt Carpenter that played meaningful.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. I'd much rather have Anthony Rizzo than Matt Carpenter.
Of course, but what I'm saying is that they finished 82-80. They had a Cy Young. We finished 82-80. We had a Cy Young. Yeah, none of us were shit last year. We seriously underperformed. They seriously underperformed. Is trading to each other really going to change that much of these franchises, to be completely honest? So are these teams going to be that much different from a winning perspective next year? Like, is Juan Soto going to go there and they're going to win a World Series? No fucking shot. That lineup is not good. They're not good. If they get Yamamoto, maybe we'll talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Juan Soto definitely helps their team. Like, let's not lie and say that shit.
I'm not lying about that. I'm saying he's not. I don't know if he wins them a World Series.
My thing with where the Pods are at right now as a team, and I say this on Twitter sometimes, and we get a lot of kind of blowback, but this is honestly what I tell people. Juan Soto is a future Hall of Famer. He's an insanely incredible hitter. He's an incredible baseball player. We had as good of a team as you could possibly have on paper going into last year, right? Just littered with all-stars, littered with $20 million players. And if you watched every game like we did, right, there was something missing. And there's some aspect of, being a team and having some heart. Like, look at the fucking Diamondbacks, bro. The D-backs had won 2 more games than us in the regular season. They made a World Series. We haven't made a World Series since 1998. The fucking Diamondbacks, bro. We played the Diamondbacks. I was like, this should be an easy series win all season. And these fucking guys make the World Series. You could have every star in the book, but if you're not a team, you're not a team. And that's what I learned last year. Juan Soto is going to cost $33 million this year. What I think happened, and obviously we have no sources. If we did have sources, we would troll like a motherfucker, but we don't. What I think happened is AJ Preller and company went up to Juan Soto and Scott Boras. They said, hey, this is what we can afford for an extension. Do you want to sign it? Scott Boras, who's notoriously against extension, says no. He says that shit. Hey, all right, we're going to either keep this dude, suck again, and walk away with nothing, or we trade him, get some young, controllable pitchers, which is something our team desperately needs, because if you look at our team right now, we got who I actually like, Matt Waldron. I think he's getting cooked a little too much right now on Twitter because he's like the number 3.
But man, you're cooking him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, Matt Waldron, also nickname for Matt Waldron this year. Matt Waldron this year, the knuckle baller. I think that's an all-time classic.
I'm a Waldron guy.
Let's talk about these dudes right now, right? Let's say this deal comes through, even though as true trolls, if it doesn't come through, it will be the funniest fucking day. Like the amount of, oh man, I can't even imagine how funny
that's kind of where I fall in right there, Matt, is that does this trade make the most, like this, like EM? This is completely correct, right? I'm on board with the Soto
what up,
trade.
TRM too. Sorry, I didn't say what up.
Go back to EM's comment. I'm on board with the Soto trade. Get more pitching depth. Sign Jung Ho Lee. Let's go, boys. Listen, baseball sense, that's the correct play.
Yeah.
Me and you, Matt, we love to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
It would be 10 times funnier if this falls through and he's in left field, San Diego opening day. It would be so hilarious. Imagine him in left in Grisham center in our opening day lineup when they were literally on a plane to New York before it fell through. That's insanity. It would be so funny. And then imagine they're throwing Everson Pereira out there in left field and they're all like doing the roll call. Oh, it should have been Soto. It should have been Soto. That's what I need.
The roll
dude.
call, the roll call with Grish is gonna be special, bro.
I need it.
You think he
I
gets,
need it.
also, for people who are watching, our season tickets are in left field, section 132, row B. So like right behind, like you could hear where I'm a pretty loud guy. You could hear me. And I've probably we've been to fucking, I don't even know how many games. Trent Grisham has never acknowledged me once. And I probably, every inning for the entire time. Soto, every game acknowledges me. Motherfucking Manny can acknowledge me with how loud my voice is. Grish has never acknowledged me, bro. Also funny, Grish is our mom's favorite player. So I mean, I feel a little bad. Chicks love Grish. I've told multiple girls.
He's got swag. Grish
he does have swag.
I wish his swag transferred into some barrels, but he's got some swag for sure.
If his swag transferred into him swinging with 2 strikes, we might have had something.
Yeah.
But all right, real talk. Let's talk about the return if this trade goes through. Also, give me a percentage where you think the trade's going to go through at. Right now, I'm at 85% it goes through.
I'd put it down. I'd put it probably at 70%, I think. I think it's going to be some shit where we go to sleep tonight and we wake up and Jeff Passan tweeted it at like 4 a.m. that it's been completed or something like that. Like I don't think it's going to happen when people expect it to happen.
I just hope that whoever tweets it out isn't that little weasel Ken Rosenthal, bro. That dude is just bad vibes. He hates the pods. I wish Preller was a bigger dude so he could stuff him in a locker, but he can't because Preller's.
We gotta get our boy Grupp. We gotta get Grupner. Give me Mudcat. Let Mudcat go stuff that fool in a locker.
Bro, I tweeted this shit like a week ago, but it's true. We need Franmil Reyes. 1 for the vibes. 2, he's hitting a bunch of bombs in the fucking Dominican right now. But 3, he could be the enforcer, bro. Like, you know the movie Goon? Like, have Franmil send out, bro. You're not messing with La Mole, bro. That dude's a monster. Awesome. Real quick, let's talk about the return for Soto if this trade does go through. Michael King is the big one. Michael King, who's been a reliever a lot of the times. Also, everybody who's acting like they know who all these fucking guys are is so funny, bro. They're like, dude, yeah, I've watched a ton of Randy Vasquez.
I grew up with Johnny Brito.
Yeah, I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm like, dude, I feel like we watch a lot of baseball. I'm like, all these Padres fans, like, I don't really know the shape on his curveball. It's like, shut up, bro. Like, you haven't seen that shit.
Vertical tilt.
The vertical tilt. Michael King, though. So Michael King, Yankees fans, this is also classic because, like, when you're training a really good player and the fan base is like, oh, no, this guy's really good. I'm like, we would say the same shit about, like, fucking every player we've traded, right? Like, I'd be like, oh, no, Drew Pomeranz definitely plays, right? Like, you're like, no, you're going to say that shit.
Yeah.
Michael King, though, supposedly, there's Giannis, our boy Giannis, who always has the best highlights, and, like, he comes up with that shit so quick.
He knows ball.
He does know ball too. He posted Michael King highlights, and I'm going to share them for all the great people who are spending their Wednesday nights with the gospel. Perfect. All right. Michael King versus Toronto, September. This motherfucker is nice, bro. Like,
swing and a miss.
Bo Bichette, adios.
I mean, that's
Kevin Biggio, adios. 98. Dude, his shit's fucking moving.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean,
see you later.
That'll play.
Alejandro Kirk, who I actually would have absolutely, if you can give me a perfect backup for Campy, not named Gary Sanchez, it would have been Alejandro Kirk. He's from Tijuana too. He's a little bowling ball. I fuck with him. So we got this guy. Yeah. Oh, we got a couple comments too. Let me.
I mean, shit, man. He's cracked,
bro. So this dude, hey, give me Michael King as, like, you know, a 3, and then we trade for like a Bieber cat, Shane Bieber, or sign someone, dude. All right, we got Andy who has a good question. Trade for Burns. Padres have $65 million cut down from payroll if this trade goes through. Okay.
Yeah, you know, Matt, I can answer this one to start it out. I don't know if you want to be trading for another person on an expiring contract. He's also a Boris client.
Yeah.
So you're going to run into the exact same issue. Now, if you can get him for some cheap return, like say you can like I don't even know if we're in a position where it would make sense to do that, I'd rather get cheap arms similar to what we're doing here with Michael King. Michael King's going to make $2.5 million next year is what I saw.
Yeah, that's
insane.
That's fucking peanuts. Even though if I had $2.5 million, I probably wouldn't be doing this shit.
But our team is not used in the last like 3 years. We don't have a lot of players making that small of a margin and making an impact on the field. So that's the difference, right? Like, and then say you go out there and you trade Crone and you get more money off the books. Somehow you fucking convince Matt Carpenter to take a trip to Miami and then you get him off the books.
Baby.
Like,
hey, he's saying drive line, which is pretty much like seeing, you see someone go to drive line.
Matt, he was at drive line. His season where he went off was the juiced ball season for the Yankees. No wonder he had so many home runs, dude. They literally, it was, you look at every Yankees stats, you look at every player's stats, inflated during 2022.
Yeah. All right. My take on Burns real quick, and then we're going to get to Adam's question. And this might come back to bite me because if we do trade for him, I'm going to take everything back. I get a weird vibe with Corbin Burns during his interviews. It seems like he's just not necessarily like, I know the Brewers kind of screwed him over, but like, I don't know. I get a weird vibe with that cat, bro. He's cracked, absolutely cracked, incredible pitcher. But I don't know. I'm more of like maybe this is just me, but like when we traded for Blake Snell, like you could tell this dude was a homie, bro. Like doing like funny streams, like that's an underrated part. Like, I don't know if Burns is the type of dude that Don and Mudd are going to call down and like have like, interviews with during like the third inning when fucking Musgrove's starting. Right. And it sounds funny, but like, I don't know, bro. All right. Adam says, might be moving to Florida. I own a Juan Soto Padres jersey. Soto will be playing in town. I'm potentially moving to might have to try. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Also, this is the first time I've ever like really looked at comments and like actually had them. And reading's hard, bro. that was difficult for me.
I think for Adam, you gotta, assuming this trade goes through, you got a couple shots. He'll go play in Miami, maybe Tampa, and then you can go down to spring training in Florida and try to get him to autograph that bad boy. I would not be surprised if you could get good money selling that one on the open market after getting it. That's going to be a trivia question if he gets traded this quick.
Well, the thing with Juan Soto too, and we're going to talk about a couple of Yankees prospects after too. Everyone's like, oh, dude, when you trade someone, like, are you supposed to root for him or not? Unless the player who we traded or got rid of trashed San Diego and their fan base, I'm going to root for them because they meant something to me as a fan while they were here. Juan Soto gave me some awesome memories, bro. Game 4 NLDS, when he gets that hit, he's the one that scores, him high-fiving Kim. Like, that is an elite memory that I'll never forget. I don't care if I'll be on my deathbed one day and I'll be thinking back on hopefully my family, but also on Padres baseball. And I'll be saying, man, like one of the first really good memories of like success I had was that game. And same with Trent Grisham, NL wildcard series.
We're so starved, bro. We're so starved.
People laugh at the Pods fan base, bro, and laugh at San Diego. Hey, motherfucker, I know we're starved. We are as self-aware as it gets. People are like, oh, you're delusional. Delusion is all we have. But Trent Grisham, NL wildcard series, that dude's the GOAT for me, bro. I'll always remember Grish for that. And with flying colors, I would consider him, hey, man, like, there's some stuff where, I wish Grish did some other stuff differently and stuff. But when I look back on Trent Grisham in 10 years, I'm going to remember that. Juan Soto, I'm going to remember 35 home runs, like incredible season with us. And I'm going to root for him, bro. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm going to root for him. Even though it's fuck the Yankees. Hey, if you go to the Yankees, hit 60 home runs, bro. Him and Judge. And unless we play him in the World Series, it's all great.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, I want to see them both succeed. I just despise that team.
Cameron says Preller's white whale is Shohei. Only issue with Shohei is one, odds we get him are very low, but two, he's going to cost so much money. And if the whole vibe is that we can't afford Soto, it's probably not going to happen. Right. Yeah. Let's read through some of these comments here. We need to go all in on Cease no matter what. Hope Merrill likes Chicago deep dish pizza. I mean, if that's what it takes to get Dylan Cease on in the rotation, it's a shame that we'd have to trade Jackson Merrill because I think he's got a real vibe to him that he would be
and this is people
Fan
might
favorite vibe.
take this fan favorite vibe, but like I feel like his ceiling is Crone. He reminds me of Crone, but he's a better Crone. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like he's a better version of Crone.
That's what I'm kind of with too.
That's
and
his ceiling.
I love this comment from Captain. Like I think that we need to incorporate that more. Like when we say trades, like if like there's like Chicago deep dish or like adding that element of it is so funny. Dylan Cease would be sick, dude. He's like 27. Dude's an absolute stud. Had a kind of a down year last year, but he played for the White Sox who fucking sucked. Like I can understand why he's like this kind of blows pitching for them. Also saw a report earlier today that it is possible the White Sox are kind of like retreating on putting him on the trade market. But, you know, the one thing I'm going to say is that AJ Preller is fantastic at we have no idea who we're going to trade for, and boom, we got this guy, right? Or boom, we signed this guy. For example, I remember when we got Yu Darvish and Blake Snell back-to-back nights out of the blue, bro. Like the Yu Darvish trade was like really out of the blue. So I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know, like 10 days from now, we're just chilling at the gym or like, you know, out and about. And
subtle flex.
Yeah, subtle flex. I actually need to go more. Get a notification and it's Jeff Passan saying, yo, Padres signed Jung-Hoo Lee or Padres traded for Dylan Cease. Like, I wouldn't be surprised with that stuff.
Throw down Ricky's comment. I see Ricky's comment down there. I'm hearing this deal gets done by 9 p.m. Hey, Ricky, comment again and tell us your source. Tell us your source, Ricky. I'm curious.
Also,
if you have a valid source, I'm down. Thank you for everybody commenting, by the way.
Yeah, bro. Real talk. Everybody watching, man. You guys are the fuck and following on our like socials and stuff. We're really just diehard Pods fans, and we love memes. So anyone that like checks out our shit, like, and if we're gonna be at spring training too. So if anyone's down there, crush some Modelo's and stuff, it will be lit. All right, we got the town potentially moving to Yankee spring training. Yeah, dude. I don't know. That shit's gonna be fun as fuck. Preller's off season. Trade Soto, sign Blake, Jung-Hoo, extend Kim. Try to get rid of Carper Crone. Take a swing at Bieber. If that is Preller's off season, I'm
not
with
a bad
it.
off season. That's not a bad off season.
I want to say something real quick and ask you a question. Are you a little concerned with Blake Snell's underlying metrics if we were to give him a fat contract at 30 years old?
So, yes, I am. That being said, he's one of those guys that is so enjoyable to watch and like listen to, and like seeing him interact with Don and Mud. Here's also maybe a reason why we're such perennial losers in our lifetime is because we love fan favorites too much. Like we can't let a Cy Young have
really good. He's winning. He won the Cy Young. Like let's not act like he's like a fucking Freddie Galvis.
Dude, I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying like we like a fan favorite so much. It's the reason why we extended Crone. It's the reason why we give out these ginormous contracts, right? We're sickos for the Padres. They could sign anybody. We traded for Aniel De Los Santos, and we were like, he's about to be the best closer in baseball. Dude's like a mid-tier reliever. And we're like out here talking.
He actually did. Aniel's actually kind of cracked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. So I'm saying, like, for Snell, we're obviously going to want to re-sign him. Does that mean that it makes the most sense baseball-wise? Probably not. But we're a fan. We don't have to make those decisions. We're not going to get fired if we re-sign Blake Snell. You know what I mean? I'd be happy if we did because he's fun to watch. He's the type of dude, he'll walk 3 guys to start the inning and strike 3 dudes out. Yeah, he's a heart rate riser pitcher. That's what he is. He raises your heart rate.
I liked your point, too, on like it's fun to root for people you like. I think that's a huge deal, right? You can see with the Yankees trading for Verdugo, a lot of their fans on Twitter were like, I fucking hate this guy, right? Like, I really don't like this guy. And we remember back in the day, the Jacoby Ellsbury deal, right? Sometimes, like, for example, if the Padres got Max Muncy, it'd be very hard for me to start rooting for him, to be completely honest. And I have nothing against Max Muncy, the person, but him as a Dodger is like, when I think like, fuck the Dodgers, first person I think of him is Max Muncy. Like, and he might be a great dude, but like, if he was a Padre, it would be very tough for me to start rooting for him. It's nice when you root for a player that you like. And that's why if Blake does go to another team, I'm just praying it's not the Giants or the Dodgers, because I still really want to root for him. Go to the Mariners, bro. If I'm the Mariners, sack up. Mariners are acting like they're these fucking this poor team. Bro, you play in Seattle. You have an incredible fan base in the Pacific Northwest, and your fucking ownership is, you got your fan base by the balls, bro. Like, sack up. Also, real quick, all this shit about signing people and stuff. One shout out, Peter Seidler, man. That dude really changed the game, bro. We would never be having these conversations about Juan Soto and, are we going to re-sign Blake Snell if it wasn't for Peter Seidler? My entire life, your entire life, for 20 plus years, we sucked. The team sucked. We were cheap. We were bad. And this dude, Peter Seidler, takes control and he makes shit happen, bro. And I hope, his family's doing well. And, I hope that when the season comes, we have a great season to kind of like help him out too. Cause I think it's going to be awesome. Awesome. Let's go through.
I do want to jump in, Matt.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, as I'm jumping in, do you want to pull up Tom Verducci's Sports Illustrated article? I think we should read through this on the show. I just saw it. It's a hit piece on the Padres. The article is titled
Tom Verducci's also the same dude that was jerking off the Dodgers yesterday on MLB Network. Like, these dudes are all such fucking frauds.
Yeah, but I you should pull it up because this is
is it on. All right, let's see.
Let me see if I maybe I could share, but I can send you the link right now. It says Padres imminent Juan Soto trade ends their era of high expectations.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! Send it in the chat real quick.
I'll send it. I'll send it, and we'll pull it up, and we'll dive in and we'll tear this article piece by piece.
This loser. Also, like, someone was like, "Oh," I was talking to my buddy who's in kind of like the sports world, and I was like, "Oh, it'd be sick for us to go to the winter meetings one day, like me and you." And then he was like, "Well, you guys kind of cook like every reporter that like is there." And I was like, "That's actually a really good point." And I don't know if whatever angle we're at, but I'm never gonna stop cooking. Also, I couldn't.
Bro, they deserve it. They deserve it. That's why we cook them, because they deserve it. Bob Nightingale's an idiot. Ken Rosenthal is tiny. Okay, Tom Verducci, isn't he the dude that does My Wish? Did he used to do My Wish? Because I actually respect him for that. If that's
My
him,
Wish is awesome, dude. I'm trying to find this article real quick. Tom Verducci.
I just sent it in the chat, bro.
Yeah, that shit didn't work. Got it. All right. Let's
share the screen on this bad boy, and everyone who's with us on this right now, keep commenting in your thoughts on the article as we go through it as well.
Yeah, because like, bro, I hate these.
This is probably my least favorite thing, and you got a lot of ads there, buddy.
Yeah, my bad. Under late, congrats to Sports Illustrated for making probably like $7 off this alone. Padres imminent Juan Soto trade ends their era of high expectations. Let's start with the headline.
That's so. Oh my god!
Hey, dipshit! Era of high expectations, brother. It's 2023. Slam Diego happened in 2020. Era. It's been 2.5 years. We have Tatis locked up for another decade. We have Manny locked up for another decade. We have a top 10 farm. You're a fucking bozo if you think this shit's true, bro. Also, Gary Sanchez is a Yankee. Way better as a pod. He'll be remembered as a pod. All right. One of 4 premium articles that are free.
Matt, go back up. Look at that subtitle. Go back up.
You're reading one of 4 premium articles. Guess what? Sports Illustrated and Tom Verducci. This is the only one of those 4 articles I will ever be reading. So congratulations.
Scroll back up at that subtitle. I actually wanted to strangle Tom Verducci when I read that. Underneath, under late owner Peter Seidler, San Diego spent with the big boys to try to win its first World Series. That was never meant to last. You are such a fucking cuck, dude. Tom Verducci, I'm going to literally go into his Twitter comments and call him a cuck every single time I see him post a tweet. What is that article? Spent with the big boys. Hey, if you're a billionaire, you have money that you can spend. It's not spending with the big boys. How are you, Tom Verducci, a guy with probably, well, first off, way more money than me, but with probably
you're fucking
$2 billion. He's writing for fucking Sports Illustrated. That can't be profitable. He's literally like, he's going to go on record and say Peter Seidler was spending with the big boys. He was a billionaire. He is a big boy. He's a big boy. He was a billionaire. How much bigger can you get?
What Peter Seidler meant to the city of San Diego is more than any owner in probably any sport I've at least ever seen in my lifetime. So the fact that this fucking this dude would say stuff, would say stuff like that.
You're not Tony Soprano, brother.
Yeah, I know. I gotta chill with that. Cuckducci. I like that. All right, let's see what else.
Cuckducci. That's a good one.
Sergio, that's great. All right, here we go. Great World Series. Okay. Also, I'm real quick. I'm gonna see how long this article is because I really don't want to be on it too long. All right. A lot of words.
Yeah, I mean, I
Kimbrel
just
has
want
his
to.
flaws. Hey, buddy. Oh, he's talking
That's not about
Craig
us. That's
Kimbrel.
a different
All right.
article. That's a
All right,
different
let's
article.
look. Padres hit. This is a good point. Padres hit 241 with runners in scoring position. They left runs on the board by not moving runners. Oh, wow. Thanks for fucking telling us that shit. Like, oh, is that what runners in scoring position means, Tom? A flaw that almost always burned them. They're 99 and 23 in one run games and 2 and 12 in extras. Let me get off on this. If you believe in basic statistics, that won't happen next year. We were also 2 games out of a wild card spot. Yeah, you can say, oh, well, you won't have Juan Soto. That's true. But but dude, 2 and 12 in extras, bro. That was something fundamentally wrong with fucking Sleepy Bob, with Benedict Melvin. Hey, he couldn't rally the troops. Mike Shilty? Shilt Daddy's gonna get the boys cooking.
Daddy's
bro.
gonna get the boys cooking.
Daddy is going to get the boys cooking. 2 and 12 on my mama. We will not be 2 and 12, bro. 9 and 23. Go 15 and whatever. 15 and 15 in those games. We're in the playoff easily, bro.
I think what I love is that bottom sentence. The Padres still have high-end talent. Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts. Like saying our World Series window's closed. Saying our World Series window's closed and then going down there and listing off multiple-time All-Stars, five names in a row is hilarious. And then that's like, at least they won't have to worry with the weight of expectations. To us, they will. What do you mean? Who is he speaking for? Tom,
yeah,
who are you speaking for?
This is true. This I will allow Cuck Ferducci to say this. Because I agree. The team was insanely disappointing. We're the only reason why we're having these Juan Soto talks is because of how disappointing that team was.
What is that next line?
But
though?
also,
go back.
Our guy Giannis said this earlier about like people roasting AJ Preller. He's like, only I can roast AJ Preller. Hey, us Padres fans, we're allowed to cook the pots, right? When Nicky meatballs and stuff like that, right? Like I'm gonna cook, but like it's all lighthearted, and at the end of the day, I'm always rooting for these guys. The problem with Cuck Verducci and the national media is they just go for hits, bro. They have no heart. They're always coming for fools. The deal as is. All right, let's look. Brandon James did it. All right, was this dude? Is that?
I don't think it's updated. That's probably just a repost. If not, good that it's done. I mean, honestly, I think
bend over and take it. Okay.
Jesus.
Bro, these are okay. Also, real quick. Wait up. Let me share that part real quick. This is for everybody on Twitter. You guys are crazy, bro. This dude Felix, what are you talking about, bro? Bend over and take it. This, like, I don't know. Like, is that like
that's Felix trying to say that we should just let Cashman hit us from behind. Honestly, like, I think like that's not what we need.
People on Twitter are crazy.
Now, people on Twitter are crazy. I think Yankees fans, the one thing all Padres fans could probably agree upon is once this trade talk is complete, it's going to be really nice to not have to listen. For some reason, my suggested tweets right now are just all Yankees fans talking about Elon's got to stop. But yeah, dude, I'm kind of just ready to stop listening to it. I know we were talking earlier about throw Adam's comment in there right there.
Yeah,
we need Spencer Jones, dude.
Sick.
Listen, hey, I think about it like this, Matt. I think about it like this, right? Yankees fans already think Juan Soto's theirs. They already think he's theirs. So who's to say AJ Preller doesn't go? Listen, every media outlet that you've had in your pocket this whole time has reported that the deal is closed. Every media. So if this deal doesn't go through, you look like the biggest doofus of all time. And all of your reporters look like doofuses, right? So what are we going to do here? Are you going to give me what I want in addition to what we've already agreed upon? Or are you going to leave the deal on the table and put, Kyle Higashioka as your starting catcher this year? Like, that's like...
It's Higashioka.
Sorry, I didn't read his name, okay? Higashioka. Whatever.
I'll give you get also, everybody with new players, you get 2 weeks to learn their names.
Yeah, let me learn it.
What happens to the Pods? Oh, this is a good question from TRM. What happens to the Pods if the trade doesn't go through? reality is we're probably trading Juan Soto. There's no doubt. But there's teams like the Blue Jays. Also, there's so many teams where, oh, wow, we could get 1 year of this generational talent. And all we have to do is give some top end pitching. And then maybe
all you have to do is beat the package that the Yankees provided us with. That's all you have to do. And you are above. Preller is not tied to the Yankees. He's not tied to the Yankees. He doesn't have to make a trade with the Yankees. If another team comes in right now and calls him and says, hey, we're willing to give up this package, and Preller deems it as better than the package that he has right now, he's going to accept that deal. So that's what is really the holdup is kind of interesting.
Would you so there's rumors that the Blue Jays trade package was Alek Manoah, who obviously, was top 3 in Cy Young in 2022 and had probably one of, if not the worst possible seasons without injury that you could possibly have as a pitcher, completely folded, was kind of a laughing stock, to be completely honest, last year. And the Blue Jays are possibly putting them on the market. Him and this guy, Ricky Tiedemann, who a lot of people say is like top pitching prospect, dude. Dude's lefty. He's huge. I'm going to share my screen and show us that if I were to give a Blue Jays prospect package of Manoah, Tiedemann, Alejandro Kirk, and give me like 2, relief kind of Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez types, would you take that over the Yankees? Oof. I don't know if I would.
I don't know. I mean, dude, the issue with pitching, right? And the reason why the Soto deal actually kind of makes sense is because Preller already said they don't need pitching in return for Soto. They're going to hold out for the better deal.
I would like them to do it. And screw the Yankees. Hey, Preller gets so much
trade with anybody. Trade with anybody else.
Preller going full heel would be elite, bro. Like, I need Preller to make the Padres the bad boys of Major League Baseball. And when I mean that, they're gonna be like, oh, well, you guys haven't won anything. Yeah, like be the bad boys, bro. Like bring out the swag chains, like do stuff like that. Like that's when we were cooking. San Diego, all that stuff. When Bob Melvin wasn't a bad boy manager. Schilt, that video that went viral, Schilte's a bad boy manager, bro. The bad boy pods 2023, 2024. But where
I mean, Matt, Michael King is the best pitcher out of both those offers, right? Yeah. Michael King's going to be the best pitcher. That being said, I think Ricky Tiedeman's ceiling is probably the highest out of any of those pitchers in the in those 2 packages. He's a little injury prone. He was hurt a lot last year. I don't know if you want to run the risk of trading for a non-sure thing when it comes to a prospect being kind of the main piece in the deal, right? Like Michael King is going to contribute for the San Diego Padres next year if he's traded, and he's going to be our number 3. And based off how he pitched last year, seems like he's going to be a pretty good pitcher for us.
Oh yeah.
You go and the main piece in your deal is going to be a prospect like Ricky Tiedemann. You're running a pretty high risk that you're giving up a generational talent for a guy that could get hurt and then fall through the cracks or something. And that's obviously hypotheticals. But I feel like when you're trading a guy like Juan, you got to have every hypothetical in question when you're making a decision like that.
That's true,
I mean, we'll see. I'd just love to see it fall through for the Yankees just because of it. Twitter would erupt, man. It would be so great. And everyone would hate Preller. It would be so funny. People would hate us so much that it would just make the legend. Is it official?
Yeah, it's official, man.
No way.
Yeah, bro.
No way. Are you trolling? You pull it up?
No, this is Joel Sherman. Oh, yep. Yeah, it's real, man.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
All right. Well, now we shall.
I also love how in that post, Joel Sherman only names the Padres that are going instead of it's like, dude, you couldn't even at least give us a little bit of respect and throw in Michael King's name. You're going to add Trent Grisham and not say that Michael King's coming in the package in return. Did we just get fleeced?
Yeah, man. So let's say our farewells before we end. Well, we'll say our farewells to Trent and Juan, and then we will quickly run through what we think of Drew Thorpe. We'll call it an app.
I'll let you start. I'll start with Trent Grisham. We'll start with Trent Grisham. I'll start it off. Trent Grisham. It's Mike here. I'm gonna miss you when you bat flipped. against the Dodgers in 2020 and made Dave Roberts so incredibly angry at you. And then when you caught that ball in center field and dumped it in the bullpen, just showing that you're a generational troll like me and Matt, it really made me happy. I wish things would have worked out better. I think your ceiling in baseball is a top 5 center fielder, top 3 center fielder in baseball if you reach your potential with the bat, because your defense is insane. Your power's there. It's just consistency. And I hope you reach that in New York. I mean, when we had you in 2020, it was so exciting. We were like, wow, we really struck gold with Grish. You've been fun to watch. Didn't work out probably how any of us had hoped down the road. But, dude, 2022, October versus the Mets, you were literally a god. So no one can take that from you. TG2, long live TG2, and best of luck with the Yankees.
With the Yankees. Yeah, man. It sucks that it ends like this, but Trent Grisham won a couple Gold Gloves with the San Diego Padres. He had some absolutely incredible moments. People forget he had a walk-off home run in San Francisco, which was pretty badass as a Padre. So that probably won't ever be seen again, hopefully. Grish seems like he did a ton for the community, and he seems like a really well-liked guy too. And, like we said, hey, the bat wasn't as good as we probably hoped, right? And I bet you he would say the same thing. Maybe he goes to New York. I think Sean Casey is their hitting coach. Something flips. But, hey, that short porch for Grish, that dude hits a lot of bombs to right field. He can go oppo when he's hot, he's going oppo. But that dude hits a lot of balls to right field. It wouldn't surprise me if Trent Grisham, as the fourth outfielder for the Yanks, hits 20 home runs next year. I've always liked Grish. Plays an incredible defense. Really wish him the best. And then I'm going to say bye to Juan Soto, and then we'll probably call it an ep. When we traded for Juan Soto, that was a moment I will never forget. I will never forget his first game as a Padre when he walked and Brandon Drury hit that grand slam. Incredible moments. If you were to tell me in 2020, if you would have told me when he won the World Series in 2019 that Juan Soto would be a San Diego Padre, I'd have been like, no shot, bro. Like, this dude is such a beast. Like, there's no way. We had him for a year and a half. Obviously, the season last year did not go as we really hoped it did. I bet you the players would say the same thing. The ownership, it just didn't go well. And with how much money Juan Soto is going to make next year and obviously going to make after that, it seems like financially it's just not going to work out. Would I wish we made some better decisions financially last year? Probably. But, you can't look back on the future or on the past too much. What I would say is for Juan, dude played every game last year, pretty much. Dude was an absolute gamer, always showed up, and knowing how good he's going to be sucks because he won't be a Padre, right? We're going to have to watch that season. But I am kind of grateful that we did get him for a little bit of his Hall of Fame career, because we could always say yeah, bro, when we had Soto, it was sick, right? Or we'll always have that NLDS. We'll always have, that bomb in the NLCS against the Phillies in Game 4 when he hit an absolute nuke. The dude was a beast. He's going to be an absolute beast for the rest of his career. It sucks it didn't work out, but I'm very grateful for his time, and I'm going to be a Juan Soto fan for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew that this was a possibility, and I think it's something that the Yankees fans will realize as well, is you think you can extend him, and who knows, if they somehow do extend him prior to the season starting, good on them. I don't think that was in the cards, and running the risk of losing a guy like Juan Soto, when in reality, we already have so much money tied up in players. It makes sense to trade him. It's very sad. I'm bummed that we're not going to be able to watch him in left field this year again. That being said, I'm happy that he's going to the AL because I feel like I can root for him in the AL rather than him going to on the East Coast. I wish it was just in a different market, but it is what it is. And now I got Jung-Hoo fever. So
we do have Jung-Hoo fever. And, Drew Thorpe, let's talk real quick about the prospects we got back, and then I got to eat dinner. My girlfriend's probably pretty pissed right now, to be completely honest. But prospects we got back. Michael King is a San Diego Padre. Right now, it looks like he's going to slot. Right now, he's our number 3. Hopefully, we can make a couple more moves and get him to be more of a number 4. But we'll see. Drew Thorpe, Cal Poly kid, just like us. minor league pitcher of the year. Drew Thorpe, a lot of people are concerned. He only throws a 93, but his changeup is absolute filth. He could always grow in, throw an extra. You get that 93 to 95, then you have a real fucking guy. So I'm excited about that. My guy, Johnny Burrito, a.k.a. Johnny Burrito, that little Twitter video I found, that dude's sick. When I talked to a Yankees guy on Twitter today, he said that he could see he's like, it hurts to lose him. It hurts to lose Burrito, but it's for Soto, so it's worth it. And I thought he was trolling, but it seems like Yankees fans really like Burrito. Randy Vasquez, Randy V, Soto and Tatis did hit absolute nukes off him when we played the Yankees, but he's got a 6-slider. All of these pitchers are cheap and they're going to give us innings, bro. Kyle Higashioka, backup catcher. It sucks because that probably means Gary's not going to be back, but cheap backup catcher, veteran. Having him back up Campy will be awesome. Look at now. Hey, also, Mike, look at our pitching rotation in the minors right now. We got Robbie Snelling. We got Drew Thorpe. We got Dylan Lesko. We got Iriarte. We're starting to develop some real arms, bro. And, hey, that's something that, who was the last pitcher the Padres have fully developed into an all-star? Jake Peavy.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could say right? Like who came up through our farm? Jake Peavy, that's 2007, bro. Like a lot of people watching this were in their diapers in 2007. Like,
listen, I think I not to cut you off, but I think that we've seen stars on this team, right? And let Nabila
Ruben cook, baby.
Now we've seen stars on this team, right? That would be crazy that the media, but we've seen a top heavy lineup. We've seen a bunch of names. I would love for once to just see us have a youth movement come up with the already lockdown stars, exactly. Manny, Xander, Tatis. You got Musgrove on the bump, like Darvish. We have so many guys that are locked in long-term. It's time to let the kids play.
Yeah.
And this is what they should do, man. We should not be giving up guys like Jackson Merrill. We should not be giving up guys like Robbie Snelling in these trades. Like, we have what we need. I think it was a good experiment with Juan Soto by trading what we had in the farm to see if we could do it. And I think, Seidler being in not great health probably had a lot to do to that, wanting to go for it. And I think it was the right move. I don't think
I agree with that.
Looking back, I don't think there's any reason to look back and think that was the wrong move. I think that was the right move. And I think now we're in a position where, hey, we've given it this shot. We went for the big name, big splash.
I'd have been sick.
Yeah, we went for the big name and big splash. Now, why don't we, take a step back and let these kids come up and then see what they can do? Because guess what? The more cap space you have open for free agents when you have these cheap deals, it's easier to go out and say, hey, we want to get Ohtani this offseason. You can't get Ohtani this offseason when you're already $30 million above payroll.
What I think we learned, too, is that, hey, man, there's always next offseason, too, right? Like, these aren't the last ever free agents that will ever come, and everybody's going to be on their team forever. Like, dude, look at 2025. Look at 2026. You got Roki Sasaki coming in 2027. Like, there's always new dudes. Hey, the Soto thing, we shot our shot, just like a lot of people in life, ourselves included, when we were single. You shoot your shot sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't hit, right? We shot our shot. Shit happens. But I love, and people could call us homers all you want. We are the biggest homers ever. I love where this team's at, bro. We stocked up the farm. We're going to be able to root for Juan Soto because he's not in the NL. And, I would be shell-shocked. Like, I'd put a lot on it that AJ Preller makes a lot of moves in the next 2 weeks now that he has this open cap space. And people forget that Michael Wacha and Seth Lugo moves, those dudes were awesome. They're going to get a bag. Ruben Niebla cooks, bro. They cook. And then, Shane Stevens has a good point. Adrian Gonzalez trade, I saw someone mention that on Twitter earlier. The big difference between the Adrian Gonzalez trade is back then, our team was absolute ass when we traded him, like so bad. We have three perennial all-stars on our team. We got Yu Darvish, Joe Musgrove. Like, we got some, and a top 10 farm. We didn't have that when we traded. So a little different.
And included in that, Matt, as well, is that our return is a little bit different. We got Rizzo in that deal and then went right around and made another terrible decision. But
yeah, that was tough.
But when it comes to that, right, we got Michael King, who's an established arm in the bigs and a really high, couple of high upside arms.
People say
it had to be done, man. It had to be done. So
Hey, shit.
You know, it is what it is.
If you're a Padres fan watching this, one, thank you for watching. We love doing these. We're going to do a lot more streams too in the future. So make sure to check out on that. Very excited. You know, if you're a Padres fan watching this right now, and, you know, we just lost one of easily our best player last year and probably a top 5 player in baseball. We traded him. I understand if you're bummed, and I would be bummed. I mean, I am bummed too, but this team has such high potential. And if you look back on last year, it just didn't work. The only way you can get better is by fixing something that doesn't work. And I don't know if Juan Soto leaving is going to be, it's not going to help the offense, but that extra cap space, you can make things work. The depth was awful last year. We had some terrible pitchers throwing games. We had, you know, no disrespect to Grish, dude was under the Mendoza line pretty much the last 2 years. Like, we need guys that come up. We also need hungry guys. Remember Crone when he came up? Those dudes were hungry. Jacob Marcy, Graham Pauly, these dudes that want to come up and want to be a guy. Bring up the dudes. Like Mike said, youth movement with the guys like Manny Machado. Give me a Jung-Hoo Lee and then make the Korean Kings a thing. And, hey, all I know is right the day that Seoul series starts against the Dodgers, we're locked in, bro. And I'm going to, hey, I don't care what the odds are. I bet you I would be shocked if we don't make the playoffs next year.
I would also be shocked if we don't make the playoffs. I mean, we're also just the most optimistic fools when it comes to the Padres. But I don't think this is as big of a doomsday as everyone's making it out to be. I think it was something that had to be done, and you'd rather do it now, get those arms in the rotation, than pitch, you know, for lack of better term, a handful of scrubs for the first 3 months of the year, be 10 games under 500 and get half the return. So that's just like we ran the risk of trading him at the deadline for less players because we had terrible pitching during the beginning of the season.
Hey.
So you had to do it.
Yeah.
Michael King, Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, Kyle
Higashioka.
Higashioka. Welcome to San Diego. We are the Divine Sports Gospel, and we will have you on the show whenever we make it.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. Go Pods. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night, and we will be back.